This is our Garbology project, part 1 of the link. For the SLP, part 4. This is Maya Swiggy.
And Jocelyn Merino.
Donna Mazur and Patricia Reyes-Kosoff.
For our Garbology project, for our methodology, we'll be utilizing the UDL framework of engagement, representation, action, and expression. For engagement, we will be giving assignments and activities for the kids, and it will help them create a game, an opportunity to run around the classroom and use the environment around them. For representation, we'll be providing textbooks, audio, video, and hands-on learning, giving kids the chance and access to different types of materials to learn from. For action and expression, we'll be giving them pencil and paper tests, as well as oral presentation using different ideas for the projects like PowerPoint, videos, text, anything that they can present and express in their own way.
Students will be able to participate in small or group projects, and the goal is for them to be able to describe their process to us. We want to know how what they learn will help the environment. We also want to know how what they learned will affect their immediate culture in terms of whether or not their family is already an active participant in recycling and they have it down pat, or if their family is completely new to the idea and it's a work in progress. So we want to know how it affects their immediate family culture. Also, we want to know how they can apply what they've learned in their community and how, whether it's going to benefit or not. So we want to give them the ability to express that.
For this lesson activity, students will choose a site of their own choice, such as their homes, community center, or religious establishment of their choice, and collect trash at least twice a week and write down their data of their findings. The purpose is for students to understand how much trash they produce and collect, and learn how to reduce, reuse, and recycle to make their communities a healthier place.
Students will describe their process to identify their objectives. Students will be able to present their findings by creating a PowerPoint, oral presentation, like a Flipgrid, Seesaw, Edpuzzle. They will be able to create an infographic, like mind maps, graphic organizers, or they can use their own ideas like poster boards, presentations, game boards like Minecraft, poems, booklets, journals, and music lyrics.
In terms of assessments, we will be using teacher observations, short quizzes, some of their projects, and charts. We want them to be able to present their knowledge through different mediums, such as poster boards or videos, or other mediums that they feel comfortable with, as long as they let us know what they've learned. Additionally, using visuals, we'll be able to tell us about the related topic, including details, and some of them might be able to include captions in their information.
Within their project, they should include an explanation of their findings, a short history of the topic, and a definition. There will be a rubric used to score their work and efforts, as well as their understanding of Garbology. We will also include a pair share and individual discussions for informal assessments. Throughout the project, students will be continuously checked for understanding.
We will be asking them, how will it help your environment? Students will be able to become aware of their waste, how it affects our communities, their communities, and the ways that they can reduce, reuse, and recycle. They will be more cautious of the waste that they produce individually, how it affects and harms the animals on land, in water, the people around them, and the environment around them.
So the ACT core insights, we need to be aware of our personal biases as well as the multicultural diversity of the children that are going to be coming into our classrooms. We need to be aware that they come in with a different experience, their home life experience as well as community. And we need to be aware of others and how they relate to us and how we can relate to them and better help them be comfortable in the classroom.
For the ACT core insights, we also see how it helps the neurodevelopment concepts for social cognition. Kids will be working together. They'll be able to socialize. Certain kids that they don't speak to outside of the classroom, they'll be able to speak to them in the classroom. They can bounce off each other and just learn how to communicate with one another. For higher order cognition, it allows other kids in the classroom who are a little bit ahead. They will be able to go more into details during the presentation for garbology. An example would be how the garbage affects the environment in the ocean, and they could talk about the water pollution in the oceans and how it affects the animals living there.
Memory and language will also be applied in the project. For memories, it will be activated through the data collected and the student observations. Students will hopefully make meaningful connections, which will activate their memory. Language will also be activated. The receptive and expressive students must understand the purpose of the project as well as orally or visually express their learning.
Additionally, we need to be aware of their neuromotor functions, which includes their ability to write. We need to be able to provide accommodations for those students that are unable to access writing materials to effectively do their work. So we need to be able to provide accommodations for those students, whether it's assistive technology or otherwise.
For group learning gleaning, I feel that this project is a great way to introduce the students to the effects of what we as humans do to the environment.
And I gleaned different methods for assessing students by allowing them to express their knowledge through different mediums, such as videos, visuals, games, or any other creative method.
Dana learned the pros and cons of collaborating, and I learned that as educators, we must continue our own academic learning in order to strengthen our skills and abilities to help all the children achieve their learning potential based on their academic level and their need. And this is an example of some of the things that I use around the house instead of dumping them in the garbage.
Part 2 will be submitted shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.